What's up, you guys? I'm Ashley Everett.
I'm Alycia Pascual-Peña.
And this is Between Us Curls. What inspired you to start acting to begin with?
First and foremost, I'm honored to be on this couch with you because I think people deserve to be given their flowers in real time, and man, are you special and inspired so many people, including myself.
Thank you, girl.
But to answer said question, I always loved performing and was that kid, like, annoyingly at all of the family parties putting on a dance performance or doing a monologue. So, you know, my mom's running joke was that I was like dancing and performing before I could fully talk and walk. So yeah, it was always super natural, but little did I know that it would kind of become the epicenter of my life in a lot of ways, and that I would be blessed to make it a career. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here and to have made a passion, you know.
Yeah, turn your passion into a profession.
Yeah, it's 100%. A privilege to say that.
It is, because there's so many people, girl, who are like doing things that they don't love, and we at least are doing what we love. Who or what inspired you to start acting and dive into this world?
Acting felt the most liberating as a kid, even before I could fully articulate how the arts made me feel. Mm-hmm. I knew that it made me feel safe, and I knew that it gave me an outlet. And the specific individuals that probably inspired me when I was a kid, there's so many. Adrian Kiki Palmer, Raven Simone, Zoe Saldana was a big one for me. Like,
I remember her from Center Stage, girl. Did you ever see that movie?
Period. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback.
Yeah, I fell in love with her then. I was like, the black girl, she's
from
LA.
Yes, anytime I saw a woman of color depict a strong individual, I was like, I want to do that. And I want to make people feel this way.
How old were you when you booked your first role? And what did that look like? What was the journey like to that?
Ironically, most people don't know this, but I started in the industry when I was 3 years old. I started as a model, because very long story short, people were like with my mom, and I was very much a ball of energy. I'd kind of go up to anyone and talk to them, and they were like, you should do something with that.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, okay. I started modeling, and then at 9, I kind of got bitten with the acting bugs. I went online and I looked up this audition, and it was this program called Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ.
Okay.
And I printed it out and I gave it to my mom and I said, take me here.
Yeah.
And she was like, 1, who you telling to do anything? And 2, she was like, you've never acted before.
Yeah.
Very New Yorker of my mom. She was like, I don't know if you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me try. I did that, and I met my agent because of this like program that I went through, and yeah, I've been acting since I was 9 years old.
So you were recently one of the leads in the remake of Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What was that audition process like?
Ooh, it was such an interesting time in my life. When I got the audition, I will never forget, my manager called me. Shout out Genevieve Penn, my mother, my love. And she was like, they're making another Saved by the Bell. Do you know what that is? I was like, do I know what Saved by the Bell is? Yes, I know what Saved by the Bell is. She was like, they're making a new reboot. I think you're great for it. It's a half hour. It's up your alley.
Yeah.
They're having conversations about diversity and representation, and these kids going to a school that no longer has enough resources and being closed, and that's how you end up at Bayside. And I'm like, cool, great. At the time, I'm also fully figuring out my life. I'm shooting a movie called Moxie with the beautiful Angelica Washington.
Yes.
And I was not living here. I was sleeping on somebody's couch. It was a very different time in my life. And I was like, cool, great.
It's part of the journey.
A part of the journey. And I went in and I auditioned for 2 roles on the show. And then right before I had wrapped Moxie, I got the call that week that I had booked Saved by the Bell. And then that job was gonna move me to LA.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of things at once.
Amazing. So that was a huge transition for you.
Oh yeah, like Saved by the Bell probably was the most life-changing experience of my life. And it was the first time that I was like, okay, I get to do a season of television. I get to call this my career for the first time.
Yeah.
Because also during the time that I booked Saved by the Bell, I was still in college, which most people don't know.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Did you graduate? Did you
No.
finish? Okay.
No, Saved by the Bell.
No,
I always say, no.
You can always go back too.
This is true. I think I may go back one day. But I always say Amy Poehler took me away from school, so I just have fun saying that.
Yeah, we love
she
that.
was the director
Blame
of
it on
Moxie.
her. How did you feel rocking braids on the show?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was really important. I was really proud to do it, especially because that was not something you saw in the original Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
And I understood the cultural relevance that the show had and what it meant to people. So to bring new energy and new culture to the show was something I did with a lot of pride, and also understanding that as a Black young Afro-Latina, growing up, braids were stigmatized, and I think that there were a lot of negative narratives around wearing braids and protective styles, and even still now, that's why we need legislation like the Crown Act, right? So that women of color can just proudly wear their hair.
Yeah, and in workplaces.
Yes, but anyways, I was very proud to wear braids and be this spunky character on that show.
Yes, we love the representation, girl. So how do you keep yourself grounded in this whirlwind industry?
I think growing up, the biggest lesson I learned was from my mom, and spirituality is something really important to me. Being grateful to God and living in a spirit of gratitude at all times, right? And I think that growing up in my naivete, my prayer was always like, Lord, let me get this, right? Or I really want this, or let me be what they need me to be. And it changed to, as I was maturing as an actress and as an adult, to, Lord, let me be a light, and may your will be done, and may what for me be for me.
Yes.
And may I empower people around me. I think I just needed to start speaking differently and sowing different seeds, and understanding that like desperation or changing who I was morally or ethically wasn't gonna ever serve me.
Nope, and they don't want that.
No,
they don't want the desperation,
Nobody wants that. And also I knew that I wanted to achieve my goals with also being rooted in who I truly was.
Yeah, selling your soul, it's not worth all that,
No. So I think growing up, that really was a lesson to me, and I'm grateful for that now. And now as an adult woman, just understanding that, I want to be intentional about the decisions I make.
Okay, so what are 3 tips or advice that you would give your younger self?
I would give myself, but also just everyone, like in the world, to give yourself grace would be number 1.
Yes.
I think I was really hard on myself and unkind to myself, and harboring that didn't serve me in any way. I often say that I am a recovering perfectionist, and now rather than living in like the energy of needing to be perfect all the time, I believe that I want to function in a spirit of excellence, but understanding that there are flaws in that.
Yeah, embracing the flaws.
Yeah, and understanding
honestly, sometimes highlighting them.
Yes, they make you unique. Like when you step into a room and you distinctly look like who you are, and you're authentically yourself, like that serves you. And I think that that's helped me work.
That's when everyone wins, when they understand who they are and the power that they individually possess.
Yeah, no one can be you.
No one can be you, and we can't be them. So
exactly,
don't try and be.
Exactly,
it's a waste of time.
Yes,
because then you realize later, and you're like, oh, I wasted all that time trying to be her, and I'm not her.
Yeah. Number 2 is other people's opinions aren't your business. Yeah. Like, stop letting that hinder your growth, or stop being scared to feel weird or to embarrass yourself. Like, I think I have gained the most from taking the biggest risk and people not understanding those risks. Yes. Like when I left school.
They don't understand. They don't need to.
Exactly. They're not supposed to.
They're on their own time,
So that would be number 2. And number 3, be willing to be bad at things. I think I get really uncomfortable when I feel like I don't understand a space, or I'm not killing it in the dance class, or I'm not singing to the ability I want to be. But it's like that's where growth happens, is the uncomfort and inviting that energy in, I think is serving me right now.
And always be a student.
Yes, always be a student. Always be willing to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, those would be my 3 tips.
What about a dream role?
Dream role.
What have you always wanted to be?
I want to play nuanced, challenging women. I love unhinged women. I love characters that challenge us and are flawed. I want to tell more sincere stories about where I'm from, about Latinidad, about Blackness, about the African diaspora as a whole, that aren't always based in trauma.
Yeah.
As important and I think impactful as certain stories around sadness and drama are necessary, and I would like to play them. I would love to see more stories of Black joy and Black love. But maybe a specific role is like I would love to play like a historic Afro-Latina. I don't have Celia Cruz's voice, but like that would be cool. I'd love to
I'm
dance
sure
in a
you
project.
Could tap in if necessary, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so is there anything you would like to leave with the viewers today? Anything you got coming out that you want?
Yes. LOL, because I'm totally forgetting about work stuff. I guess I am like a professional. I have a Netflix show coming out at the end of the year. It's called Neon. It's about reggaeton.
Word.
So watch this little crazy Afro-Latina on that. Listen to my podcast, Dare We Say, that I just wrapped up. I totally forgot that, I should probably mention professional stuff. Just been enjoying your energy.
The conversation, girl.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. We still have another segment too, so we'll get another thing.
And what I would leave people with is take care of yourself. You are loved, you are important. Do not let the intrusive, dark thoughts that you have win. Take care of your mental health and go for your dreams. Yeah. The world needs your unique and distinct voice.
I agree. Drop a comment below and let us know who we should talk to next.
Follow Curly Culture for more episodes of Between Us Curls.
Hey you guys, what's up? I'm Ava Pearl, founder of Curly Culture, a community for people with all types of curly hair, from a 2A to a 4C. Let us know what you guys want to see in the comments below, and we'll see you guys on our next episode. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.